started. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our class. I am Jean Cook, Chair of the Mississippi Charter School Operating Board. This regularly scheduled meeting of the MCSAB is being held today, Monday, September 25th, 2023 at 1 p.m. The notice of this meeting, which includes the date, time, place, and purpose of the meeting, and identify the virtual attendance available to the public has been posted. An audio recording of the meeting is being made of this meeting, and minutes of this meeting will be recorded. Now, I'll come to order at 1 p.m. Monday, September 25th. And we'll move on to the establishment of a quorum. And as I call the names of board members, please state the location of your presence for this meeting. I'm Jean Cook, and I'm present in the boardroom. Lee Garrett. Don Hinton.
Here, Penny Mississippi.
Thank you. Kimberly Remat.
Present in the boardroom.
Thank you. Candace Robbins. Marcy Scoggins. And Jennifer Whittier.
Present. Okay,
Okay, thank you. All right, so that gives us 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Did you guys get it?
No, you got it.
Okay, all right, so we have 3, 4, 5, 4 seconds. Okay, yes, the quorum is present for conducting this meeting, sorry. All right, I guess I'll leave the pledge. Okay. All right. All right, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On stand, there, mind. Okay, I'm sorry, education, okay.
Thank you. Just bow your heads, please. Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for all the many blessings that you bestow on us, none of which we deserve, Lord, but you're so gracious to us. We ask that you would watch over and protect us as we go about the business today, that you would give us wisdom and discernment as we make decisions on behalf of the boys and girls of Mississippi. Bless all that we do to your glory and to your name. In Jesus' name I pray.
Now I'll just read the mission. The mission of the Mississippi Charter School Authorizing Board is to authorize high-quality charter schools, particularly schools designed to expand opportunities for underserved students. So now I will entertain a motion for approval of today's agenda, and please identify yourself for the record.
So moved. Kimberly Remat.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, now I will move on to the officer elections, and I will open the floor for nominations for the chair position of the MCSAB.
I nominate Jean Cook as chair.
Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And I will now open the floor to nominations for the vice chair position of the MCSAB. And I would like to nominate Don Hinton for vice chair. And I'll take a second. Okay. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, we'll continue. Okay. All right, now we're going to move on to the approval of the minutes, and we're approving the minutes from the July 10th, 2023 regular monthly meeting. And you have a copy of the minutes, board members, and I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Motion.
Okay, so Matt made a motion. Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. The motion carries. All right. We've got two more sets of minutes. So the next is the approval of the minutes of the July 25th, 2023 special call meeting. You received a copy of these as well in advance. I'll entertain a motion to approve the July 25th minutes.
So moved, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, yes. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, now we move on to approval of the minutes of the August 29th, 2023 board work session, and you received a copy of those minutes. Board members, and I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
So moved, Jennifer.
Okay, and then a second, we heard from Kimberly, and Jennifer, you want the second?
I got it.
Yes.
You got it, okay. Okay, all right, got a motion, a second, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Launch the chair report. I don't have a report, but I just want to welcome all these students here today. Let's all say hi. Okay, all right, thank you. Good. More chairs for you.
There may be some more behind it.
Yeah. We have a packed room here of students from Clarksville. You'll have to see.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So,
All right.
chair's
But,
report.
echo, Jean is just saying, well, it is so good to see all you guys here today. I heard that you were seventh graders, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay, super smart, I can tell by looking at you. It's good to have you all here, and welcome to our other guests in the room as well. As always, board, I just want to draw your attention to the newsletter and the articles that are in your packet, in your backup materials. And then just give you an update on the last few things that have been going on around here. And it's a lot, as usual. That's our mantra anymore. It's just a lot. So we have been working with our analysts at Peer, and that work will continue for the next couple of months until we finish with the Peer report. That's an annual thing with us. I do want to say we attended the Empower program. I saw a follow Lisa back there. Attended the Unleashed Mississippi this year. It was sponsored by Empower. This is the third year, I think, that they've done it. It's always a great opportunity here. Hear what not only what they're doing around education, but other things that Empower is working on. We were super privileged to hear a gentleman by the name of Ian Rowe at the end of the day. He was absolutely amazing. He was incredibly inspiring. He has a positive approach and really a shift from some of the negative things that we're hearing around the disadvantaged children and so forth, and really talking about what kiddos can do and what, with a positive message. And he has a really good new book out. So I've sent you guys a link to it. I said I'm not getting any kickback from it, but I think I just would encourage you all to pick up a copy of it and certainly read the article if you don't get a copy of the book. He was just really amazing and inspiring. I also have met with the Charter School Growth Fund again and Bloomberg, and those are just continued conversations with those partners in our work to see what can we do to continue to support our schools. Also had a meeting with the new executive director from the Mississippi Charter Association. His name is Jonas Crenshaw. He's a Mississippi person. Was away for a bit, worked in Pennsylvania, worked in the charter sector, and is back working with us. And then he joined us for our back to school meeting, which was great. He spent the day with us, just learning more about what we're doing and what he can do with the association to also support the schools. So that was wonderful. We also had a legislative planning meeting with the school leaders and representatives from the schools. So if the school leader couldn't be here, they sent a representative, and Capital Resources led that meeting. We did this kind of Schoolhouse Rocks thing, so everybody was reminded about how a bill becomes a law, and it was really good. And we just had a real easy conversation and talked about the priorities for our school leaders and what can we do to help them out in the field make their lives a little bit easier and not so cumbersome with so much so much bureaucracy that there tends to be in our work. We then had the back to school meeting, which I've also already alluded to. We had great school representation. We spent a full day together. Curriculum Associates sponsored our lunch for us, so that was nice to have Andrea Shane here, and she was sweet enough to sponsor our lunch for us, so that was wonderful. We also had follow-up meetings with the National Charter School Institute after our work session that we had. So we've had, I think, 2 now, and we'll schedule another meeting with them to talk about what next steps will look like. Upcoming for me, I'll leave in the morning. I gotta get up and hurry in the morning. I gotta be at the airport super early so I can head to DC tomorrow. I'll be presenting with West End and Delaware schools, actually it's their Department of Education, and then Ball State University on the indicators of distress. Y'all know we've been working on that work and what it really means to see schools that are having that death spiral, and then what can authorizers do. First, what's our role in support, and then what can we do to ensure that the schools in your portfolio are successful. So that'd be great to be at the convention there and be able to represent Mississippi. And then the following week, I'm meeting with Embark, to mention him again, to talk about our application cycle and what the application looks like. So a lot going on in the past and a lot going on in the future. And you can see from the agenda today that we've got a healthy agenda when we talk about those details on what the new processes will look like going forward. So with your approval and permission, that's it.
Great, thanks. That's a great report. Any questions for Dr. Contrario? Okay, thank you again. We'll move on to the financial report. Listening to the process.
Y'all have 2 different financial reports inside of your packet, and that may be a little confusing, but I kind of wanted to remind you that we had 2 fiscal years open during July and August. So we spent most of our time in these last 2 months trying to close out on FY23 and then to open FY24. So the majority of our expenses occurred in 23, and the reason for that is we still had a lot of things left that needed to be done. And then we also didn't want to start with the new stand-up accounting codes in the new year until everything had been closed in the old year. And part of that was for the Department of Finance and Administration with a lot of multi-year contracts, and they did not want us to start spending in the new fiscal year until the old fiscal year is closed, so they would roll the right amounts. And so again, most of our expenses were in FY23. The majority of that in 23 was for contractual items. But we did make a few changes in some of the coding. We wanted to make sure that we closed out FY23 correctly and that everything was coded the way we wanted it to. And so one of the things we did was look at the CSP grant and how much had been expended in that grant and realign some of the expenditures in the administrative area and in the technical assistance so that we didn't go over our benchmark thresholds with 3% administrative costs and 7% in the technical assistance. So we made those journal entries to make that happen. We did reimburse the first time to SR1, and they received over $315,000 in their grant during this time frame. And we finally were able to open up FY24, and I will tell you it took a lot of work to get that to happen. I think every time I tried to put a transaction in, it took like 3 or 4 or 5 different requests to the help desk to make it all work. But we got it all done. And so when you look at your reports, really the majority of your FY24 expenses are in the salary line item. And we actually, even though this September's not over, 3 months of salaries are shown on your financial reports because we have to process the payroll so much earlier. So you do see a full quarter of your salaries into that. And then the only other thing was small reimbursements. However, we were able to process another reimbursement for Revive, and it was almost $102,000. So the only other thing that I want to point out to you is on the CSP. It actually, if everything happens the way we expect it to, we'll close it out on Friday. And so I attended a virtual meeting for closeout on how we need to work toward that. But we are hoping that we'll still have 2 more claims to pay, one for each of the schools that still have open grants. And still has almost $500,000 that they can claim, and SR one has $584,000 that they can claim. That's it for the report.
All right, thank you. Any questions on the financial report for Denise? Okay, we don't have committee reports, so we'll move on to public comment. And we have Ms. Amanda Johnson from Clarksdale Collegiate has requested to give public comments related to the new school application for Clarksdale Collegiate Prep.
Good afternoon. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me to present before you today. I do appreciate the opportunity. On behalf of the Clarksdale Collegiate Board of Directors, the staff, administration, the scholars, and our families, we are here to ask that you approve the final recommendation report for Clarksdale Collegiate Prep, a proposed school that will serve scholars from 9th through 12th grade. It will serve the scholars who are exiting Clarksdale Collegiate K-8 and progressing to high school and ultimately beyond. So we are here asking for that approval. We are, throughout this entire process, from start to, we hear it every day, high schools are hard, high schools are expensive. So the question has been, why? Why are you interested in opening a high school? Beyond the obvious, scholars who are in front of us, there are lots of reasons and lots of things that we've done so far in order to make sure that our scholars are ready to go to college. Some of our scholars, in order to come today, talked a little bit about how Clarksdale Collegiate was preparing them for success beyond school. Javelin talked about visiting quite a few colleges, having the opportunity to see different colleges throughout the state and other places. These scholars just finished a tour of Toulouse, and so there's just an additional college that they're learning about, and maybe spark some interest for some future Toulouse graduates in this particular group. Landon talked about saving money for college. Ever since we started day one, we have had our scholars open up savings accounts. And the whole idea of that is to get scholars into the idea of college costs money, and you have to save and have a financial plan. We want to make sure our scholars are ready to go, ready academically, behaviorally, or socially, and financially. And so he talked about him being cheap, and he doesn't want to have to owe anybody any money. And so saving that money is just another way that we talked about preparing scholars for success beyond our doors. Ashanti talked about wanting to be a psychotherapist. She discovered that in her new 7th grade college and career readiness class, where they are having the opportunity to explore different careers and start thinking about what they would want to do in the future. And the exciting thing, MRA talked about in this class, she's learned that she needs to match her interests with what motivates her in order to become the best version of yourself. She said, Clarksdale Collegiate has helped me a lot with everything for the past 3 years so far. I believe if I keep going, I will get better and better as I go. So we're here in order to make sure that we are fulfilling the promise that we made to scholars back in 2017 and 18 when we were signing up some of these scholars in the room for our school. We told them that we were putting their child, we told the parents that we were putting them on the child to go on the path to go to and through college. So opening up a high school, even though it's hard, even though it's expensive, we believe that work is worthy and that these our scholars and scholars in the Delta deserve absolute best. So our goal is to open up Clarksdale Collegiate Prep with our 9th graders starting in the fall of 2025. These will be the first, they're here because they will be the first scholars to enter Clarksdale Collegiate Prep, and they'll be the first ones to walk across the stage in 2029 as they head on to a variety of different futures. So we're here asking for full approval of our charter application in alignment with the final recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a few items to get to before we vote on the school, so just hang in there. Okay. The first item is the consider approval of the board meeting calendar. So I will entertain a motion for approval of the board meeting calendar for 2024.
So,
Okay. I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, now we'll consider the approval beginning the Administrative Procedures Act process to establish board policy Title 10, Part 414, Organizational Performance School Governing Board Meeting Observation. Dr. Comchari, is there anything you want to say about this? Okay.
These are all really self-explanatory. This one in particular would be new, though, for us to use in observing the governing boards when they're making sure that they're compliant with other meetings act and things like that as a part of our framework.
Okay, so, all right, thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve beginning the APA process to establish this board policy. Okay, motion, is there a second?
A second, Andre.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Look, it sounds like someone has joined. Is that you, Candace, who's joined us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. All right. All right. Now we'll move on to consider approval beginning the Administrative Procedures Act process to file as temporary board policy for 2023-24 charter school renewals. I will entertain a motion to approve beginning the APA process to file the temporary rule to conduct charter school renewals for 23-24.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like we had Kimberly and Don, will kind of a second. All right. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. There's one school in renewal. Okay, so that'll affect that. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So item D is to consider approval beginning the Administrative Procedures Act process to establish board policy Title 10, Part 422, Charter School Renewal Guidance and Application Process. So Dr. Comchari, didn't get a chance to say anything about the other ones or anything about this one?
This is really simple and, you know, it's annual, pretty much annual.
Okay.
I don't think we made any significant changes at all to this one.
We added March second.
Yeah, the required site visit, that was a recommendation, but that's the only really significant change.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve beginning the APA process to establish this board policy. Thank you. Is there a second?
I heard someone other than.
Yeah. Kimberly made a motion. Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, item E is to consider approval of the RFP for renewal evaluation support. And I'll entertain a motion to approve the RFP renewal evaluation support. Okay, Kimberly, thank you, Kimberly. Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, item F is an action item to consider approval beginning the Administrative Procedures Act process to establish board policy Title 10, Part 424, Charter School Merger Guidance and Application Process. And I'll entertain a motion to begin the APA process for this board policy. Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Okay, item G is to consider approval of the 2023 Call for Quality Schools final findings for Clarksdale Collegiate Prep. And I'll entertain a motion to approve Clarksdale Collegiate 2025 upon execution of the charter contract and provided all reopening requirements are met.
Jennifer Whittier, I regret that I'm not there for health issues today. It gives me great joy to say that I make a motion to approve Clarksdale Collegiate Prep, proposed by Clarksdale Collegiate, open in 2025 upon execution of the charter contract and provided all pre-opening requirements are met.
Thank you. Is there a second? Okay, Kimberly makes a second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, moving on to item 8. The last action item is board policy title 10, part 405, chapter 1, school expansion. This is an informational item, there's no action required. Okay, now move on to our next meeting is October 9th, 2023, 1 p.m. at 239 North Lamar Street, Suite 207, Jackson, Mississippi, 39201. And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second, Jennifer.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay. All right, the motion carries, we're adjourned. I wish you all could be in the room here. It's very exciting.